Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get inside of our celebrity tarot card reading with Adam Levine. I know I didn't want to do this, but it kept coming up. It did. It kept coming up as a request from one of my subscribers. Well, a few of them. So I did want to get into the reading. I didn't want to touch this with a 10-foot fucking pole, but I'm here and I'm an idiot. Okay, so I'm going to get into his reading as well as his astrology. So if you don't want to know a shitting thing about this, then go ahead and skip forward. Otherwise, I am going to get into the information here. Here at Hangman Tarot, we do that. We talk a lot in the beginning, and then you can go to the timestamp and figure out when to get to the reading. Other than that, again, I am going to make a disclaimer. I'm not a professional anything. I'm your friend and tarot reader. That is it. So if you have any issues after that, let me know. Please hit subscribe. Go ahead, click that bell, share, like, and follow, of course. And any other information will be at the end of this reading, so you can always tune in for that. Okay, I'm going to get into Adam Levine. He was born March 18th, 1979 at 3:24 p.m. He's an American singer. He's from LA, United States, and he's a Pisces, Scorpio, and Leo rising. He is, in hot water, was in hot water like in the last couple weeks. I don't even know. I do know that it's not that big of a deal because Miss Wife is not going anywhere. I do think that that's probably kaput. So I don't think that she's going to go anywhere. But I'm going to go over kind of what was going on just quickly. He is taking full responsibility of his actions. Oh, are you? Okay. And he came and posted on a TikTok video claiming that he had an affair with the Voice alum at the age of 19. And at the time, I was young, I was naive, and I was very manipulated, this model was saying. And she said that her morals were unknowingly being compromised. I was completely manipulated. At 19? Okay, yeah, I get that. Oh, okay. I thought he was 19. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, so she was actually 19 and he was older. Okay. Yeah, shame on Adam Levine. You shouldn't be doing that. Barf. Getting harder to breathe. Okay, so several women are continually coming forward and kind of like saying that the front man of Maroon 5 was inappropriate and had a relationship with them. And there was poor judgment being used in speaking with anyone other than my wife, is what he said. She probably don't even care. Everybody is a swinger. Everybody's a swinger. Like literally, everybody has a wife and they don't care. Like I'm just saying. And then the wife they don't care. So, the statement was made in September of 2022. I did not have an affair. Nonetheless, I crossed the line during a really regretful period of my life. And in certain instances, it became inappropriate. I've addressed and taken proactive steps to remedy this within my family. He's made a ton of public apologies, blah, 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 blah. And at the time, most of them were young and they were easily manipulated also is what's being said. And he has denied actually being in a physical affair. Oh, okay. And he described that several other women described him as allegedly inappropriately social media misbehavioring or something. So the California native's former yoga instructor, Alana, and comedian Marka both used hashtags expose Adam Levine to share their alleged experiences and screenshots. Well, they don't okay. The only issue that I have with this situation is the kids are involved. Obviously, there's kids involved. And even though he's wrong, and they're wrong in whatever it is that they're wrong in, obviously, both on both ends. Couldn't the women privately have addressed the wife? Why is it got to be all like grand and big old party about it? Like, that's what makes me very confused. And he has crossed many lines and he shouldn't be DMing normal girls and asking them for pictures. And, when he has a wife and he's one of the most famous people in the world, you're going to know that. Okay. So it's probably not a huge shock that he has a wife because it's in the public eye. And if you didn't know who Adam Levine was, then yes, of course, no big deal. But you didn't have to make it all crazy and make her suffer even further, especially if she didn't know about it either. And it's also a known fact that There was some arguing going on back and forth also, I guess, with a couple different people, the marriage stuff. Like if you knew, if you didn't know, bottom fucking line is, you know, your own morals, you know, your own standards and point of view on the situation. And that's all that fucking matters. Okay. And if you come forward with claims, you should probably do it in a discretioned way. I think I would be very private about it. That's just my thought. And what's pour more hot oil onto the situation and make her burn further? Like, what? And even if the messages were made, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to be all loudmouthed about it. I don't think. That's just my thoughts. I just don't think it needs to be like the allegations, especially if they're just text messages. Stop it. Okay. We're going to get into this reading now, even though I'm a little annoyed by it. I think it's really gross on his half. And if they knew about the wife, then on their half. But again, some people don't give a shit. They don't. And that's just what it is. And sometimes that person that is single does not know that that's the case either. So there's so many different points of view to the situation that if you're on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok screaming about Adam Levine cheating or screaming about the girls who, you know, called him out, stop. Look at all the points of views. There's so many different ones. Like I don't really give a shit. I just don't give a shit. All right, let's get the current energy of Adam Levine. Okay, he's withdrawn. Duh. Got the hermit up, right? So yeah, he's withdrawn. He does want to extend some sort of new beginning. So he's definitely trying to transform. He wants to grow from this. He wants to transform from this. He wants to get away from this experience probably as quickly as possible and look, you know, on the exterior. He's really working on the new beginning of the outskirts, how things look on the outside. So he's withdrawing and he will be back out in action once he is stable, especially within his business, within, you know, all of the things that tie him into the public eye. He's going to make sure all of that is really cute and fluffy and wonderful and everything's okay. So if he does create something, I don't know if he'll grow from it, but you never know. So that's currently what this man is doing right now, which you should have been doing that anyway. You should have already been doing that. I just want to get a couple cards here and just kind of get into the situation and what was the biggest block in this situation. And anything really influencing the situation. I know we already know the situation, but is this real? Like, I really feel like sometimes things come out at a certain time that are going to like distract us from what's actually going on right now. And I don't know what's actually going on because I've been too worried about Adam Levine. No, I haven't. I don't know what's going on, but I do feel like these are set up sometimes. God dang it. I thought he was a nice gentleman. No, darling, he's not. All right. Let's find out what is going on as far as the challenge, the situation, what's going on here, and kind of the biggest block and the things influencing it. So we got our Knight of Pentacles. That's an upright position. 2 Pentacles down. We got the Lovers down. I do think the situation here is that this is a lot of hard work. This is a lot of hard work to take responsibility and to be realistic in this situation. So currently he is, you know, doing his best to reform from it or to grow from it. Again, kind of like confirming that original, the original energy that I was talking about when we first started. I do think with this card coming up, the Knight of Pentacles upright, he is bringing offer of, you know, with creativity. He's really trying to add to the situation. And again, being as reliable, safe, experienced as possible in this, but he's looking a little minimal. He doesn't look as grand as like a king or like a leader or a, you know, a team, you know, position in the, you know, whatever they're doing. The overall scheme of things is taking responsibility is hard work, and he is working hard. He is putting forth a lot of effort, and he's not being greedy about it in any manner. So the biggest block though is just can he handle this? Can he handle this stress? Because there is a weak immunity that runs in his body. And there is also just the mere fact that there is a desire to be a little naive sometimes. And in being naive, I feel like he suffers in being confident. And that makes it so that people can take advantage of him. So just the overall blockage here is just, can I balance this? Can I adapt to this truly with my actual confidence and not faking it till you make it type of shit, because that's not going to work here, as generous as he is as a person, the balance here is just very overwhelming. So that is a block. That's a huge blockage. Okay. He's used to just kind of being very private, reserved. I'm just the, kickback guy, whatever. I'm over here just chilling. But you're not, sir. You have like 10 women upset with you. I would never want that on my worst day. Okay. 10 women in a circle. You did this. I would die. I would die. Be like, ladies, ladies, I have tattoos though. I'm good looking. Love me. Okay. Moving into what's really influencing this whole situation is, yes, that deep, deep fucking fear of making a choice, making a decision. That is his deep rooted seed. It is right inside all the tiny, tiny layers of him. And he is screaming in a conflict of, I cannot make a choice. I cannot commit. I have a fear of commitment. This is the root. Lovers in reverse. It's just indicating this power struggle that he has inside of himself. So the thing that is going to make him the most negative, or look the most negative, or do the most fucked up things, is the fact that this guy cannot make a decision if his life depended on it. I don't even know how he was on that show where they hit the button, because you got to make a decision quickly. So if you kind of rerun it in your mind, thinking back to any of the, that's a nice car. That's a nice car. It's like one of those really loud ones. And he literally had to go over a bump, like in a certain way, so he wouldn't bottom out. It's just a really nice car. I go, what are you doing, sir? We live in the Wyoming, but you can bring it over here. I will drive it. So basically, the root of this is very biased and all about me. And it's very sharp. It's very sharp. The air is very sharp. Guilt is there. The shame, the aggressiveness, even the harmony is completely okay. And we all are aware of that. We're like, yeah. Get to the point, lady. Okay, so what's really influencing this from the past is that there is definitely some sort of a habit, an addiction. This could be a sexual addiction. This could be just addictions in general. Anything can kind of move you towards being trapped in a habit of texting people or messaging people inappropriately, or whatever he did. This is trapping him. It puts him in a place where he's unable to move. And this has to do with his past. Okay. So he has an obsession. This could even be a boost my ego obsession. A lot of times when you're just doing the texting and stuff, I think it's just like to inflate the ego, to make yourself feel better or something. Low confidence. I mean, it's out of control, especially if there's a bunch of women talking about it. It's like, sir, if you smoke joints, it's not like the joints can come back and be like, hey, she smoked too many of us. Or if, you drink too many beers, not like the beer cans are going to show up and be like, sir, when I taught you yoga, that's right, you were inappropriate. No, these are people with big mouths that talk and lie and say all sorts of shit that are not fucking safe. So stick to the wife. She married you because she's safe. Okay, so all of your weird shenanigans are safe with your wife. So stop being stupid. That's stupid, whatever her name is. Okay, she is a beautiful being. And if she wasn't enough, then you shouldn't have married her. Like, it's gross. Like, move the fuck on. Just be obsessed with her. That's it. Please, I pray of you. The addiction, again, is a little bit out of control. It's very impulsive. So it's a very spontaneous thing. It's probably like when he's up at night, Miss Thang is, pregnant or over on the side, with her baby, and she's sleeping. And he's like, nah. So that's what's happening here. Okay. And there's also the fact that there is a father figure, and he is stable. He is secure. It might have been too under control. It might have been too much. So such a good father, such a good dad, that sometimes we are overbearing and we protect the child so much that the child doesn't go through what it needs to go through, lacking in social confidence or confidence just in general. I've made that mistake with a child, so I understand this. I know what this could be or look like. So socially, like, it's a little regressed, and it adds to a bunch of other complications sometimes. But I think overall, he's not a bad fucking person. I don't think that he's a bad person. I think that he messed up. And he messed up because he hasn't healed or grown or tried to, make good with what he was given. So I do think that the father probably was a little overkill, security wise, safe wise, reliable wise. He doesn't know how to pick up and lead without, like, needing that confidence boost. And he's a musician. I mean, come on. That's what we call them. Okay. All right. Let's get into the last couple parts here. I just kind of want to find out what's going in on the near future, any perception that he may have putting through and going into action that he needs to take. So upcoming in the near future, just kind of a likely outcome overall. I do feel like anything near the future is going to be creative. It's going to be really strong and positive with this Ace of Cups upright, Page of Pentacles, that's reversed. And then we also have our Two of Wands, that's upright. So just completely pushing forward, new insight completely. Hopefully this really gives him a bunch of energy and confidence, because by the ending of this month, going into next month, there's going to be a lot of rewards for the efforts he does make. So no matter what he's doing or how you see it or how you feel about it, he'll be rewarded for, the hard work or being reprimanded and, taking responsibility and, I'm going to suffer the consequences. And it's like, shut up. You cannot suffer any consequences. You are a millionaire. Okay. So there's going to be a trusted situation. So I don't think that, Miss Thang is going anywhere. That's not what I'm seeing here at all. And by the end here, any action that he needs to take is that he really needs to take his path, and he needs to stand at his crossroads, and he needs to make a decision. He needs to understand when he's assessing it and going over the whole situation. It's like, is this enough for you? Like, do you have to be seen all the time? Like, do you have to, have purpose for, moving in action? Like, what is the purpose here? What are you doing? So the cheating and the lack of accountability and withdrawing, it's going to bring him to, an option. He's going to have to make a choice. And again, our man sucks at making a decision. This is one of the issues. So becoming whole, though, he's going to have to make a choice, and he's going to have to do it with a lot of intention and really seeking out the trust of his wife. I mean, quite honestly, like, can you come back from cheating? Yes, you can. It's just a matter of your point of view on it, your perspective of it. How many viewpoints can you look at it in? And what was the actual issues? Did it actually happen? Or are they being paid? Like, I don't know. I don't care. But what I do know is that this man is not Satan himself. He is a man. He is a human, and he will be forgiven, whether you fucking like it or not. All right, bitch. I gotta go in my sweater. I'm going to Starbucks, people. And no, I'm not doing a shout out. I just gotta go get a coffee and go get my kids. It is pickup day. So, I don't like spending the night alone without my kids. So here we go. I'm going to go grab them. Please enjoy the rest of your beautiful Sunday. It is really nice out, so I can't wait to get outside, maybe go for a walk too. Other than that, go ahead, hit subscribe, click that bell, share, like, and follow on your social media. Check out my social media in the details below. You can get a hold of me there for any requests, questions, comments. And over there in the comments, you can leave it there too. Other than that, happy Sunday, and I hope that you all have a beautiful evening, darling. Bye-bye.